And I'm on your distribution list now, thanks to the wonderful world of Twitter when you put out that tweet. So
Yes.
I got to see the Hickory deal that you guys did, and it was a great building. I'm also just a big fan of Hickory as well because I went to Appalachian State University, and they're adding their new campus there.
There you
They
go.
recently acquired a building, so I think Hickory is a great market. When you guys are seeing your deal flows come in for North Carolina specifically, are you seeing it come from more of the outskirt regions, or are you seeing the high population metros, brokers still flowing you a majority percentage of your deals at this point?
Yeah, so happy median. We're getting in those dense, heavily populated, very expensive areas, but also those outskirts, and we'll only go so far out to those outskirts. So, for example, Hickory, that's kind of our tipping point. We won't go any farther out. I believe we were sent a deal off market. I think it was Lenore, just outside of Hickory, about another half hour or so, and population wasn't growing that quickly. It was actually declining some years, and it was just too far from the Charlotte MSA where we felt like we wouldn't get that ripple effect of the growth of Charlotte. So off-market deal was brought to us. We just turned it down immediately. We didn't need to see financials or no pricing. We just knew it would be harder to bring investors to a market that is on the decline because when we present our offerings to our investors, we talk a lot about the market, location, location, location. You've heard about it 1,000 times. So it's very difficult to say, hey, here's a great deal in a market that's declined 8% over the last 10 years. That's an immediate turnoff to investors. That's an immediate turnoff for me. I wouldn't invest in a deal like that.
And whenever you're thinking about that next market, are you just pretty much committed to a population perspective, or let's say population isn't there yet, right? Like what is again that gut feeling trigger for you when you're looking at the trends? Is there a particular stat you like to see?
Yeah, we're also looking at, what jobs, what development is moving into the area and for what reason. So maybe, like you said, it just hasn't had that population growth yet, but three giant industrial businesses are coming into the area that, if you build it, they will come mentality. And in that area, we know it's going to happen. It's not always the case, but you have to do a lot of research because there's a lot of risk with that. So when we know there's an area that's proven and continued to increase, we're very comfortable. But if it's an area that hasn't had that proven track record yet, we're very weary and we're just getting started out. So the amount of risk we want to take up front is very low because we want to be here for the long haul. We want to have a good track record. We want to say we never lost investor capital. I mean, if we're talking a super strong basis, then yeah, we might take a look at it, but it's got to be really strong where it just makes sense to us and it has to check all the boxes for what type of assets we're looking for.